like, you know, the no big map or anything like that. There's like hackers and all that other shit going on for sure. I absolutely understand that. The anti-cheat is a joke right now. I haven't ran into any hackers myself, like, not in Plunder anyway, at least not what I've noticed. But it's definitely rampant over in the ranked mode. I see people die by it all the time. So just because I haven't experienced it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I get that the maps suck overall, but it's still surprising to see how many people actually like dropped off that shit. They're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go play something else. And that could be another factor. There are just other games to play right now. Having an alternative absolutely helps, that's for sure. Now with that said, I don't think that there's really like a Call of Duty alternative in terms of like an FPS that people are playing in comparison that's like in the same exact kind of genre. Shit, I mean, I wasn't playing for a good amount of time just because I was playing PoE. I absolutely understand. I see people playing Marvel Rivals as well. I haven't really been playing too much Marvel Rivals. Like, I'm not a big Overwatch style of game fan, really. Like, I can't play it for a long period of time. On top of that, I mean, the ranked is kind of, it's not really a serious game. I don't know how to explain it. Game is obviously not designed in a way that is, like, actually meant to be competitive. Even the way that Marvel Rivals is approaching buffing and patching and nerfing and all this other shit, it's like big windows between the matches and stuff. It's definitely designed in a more casual way than, like, say, Overwatch in comparison. It seems like more people are definitely playing casual over ranked. Now, that's usually the case. Usually people are playing, you know, the normal matches over the ranked anyway, no matter what game you're playing. But this game just seems to have a really big casual player base. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Anyway, I get that the maps suck overall on multiplayer. I'm surprised that they suck so bad that, like, people would stop playing the maps alone. There's definitely more to it, and honestly, I think just fatigue might be the thing that is making people a little bit more just willing to drop it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the Call of Duty isn't going to come out the next year. It's Call of Duty. It's going to keep going no matter how bad it is. So people feel more, you know, comfortable with just dropping Call of Duty in general. Which honestly, I would say is a good thing. Because, again, there are so many people that are locked into playing Call of Duty year over year, and I understand if you're like a mainly, you know, Call of Duty streamer or YouTuber or creator, whatever. Call of Duty's your main thing. You're probably not going to get into the teamship on other things. Whatever, but I'm telling you, man, expand your horizons. I'm telling you, it is so worth it that it's not even funny to just go and play a different game. I think that there's just like a combination of things that push a lot of people away, like skill-based matchmaking, engagement, optimized matchmaking, general player fatigue of just playing Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, and people just straight up just falling for like the Call of Duty marketing hype type of shit. I will say that this game, Black Ops 6, absolutely could have been worse. I think that the game is a full package. I think that multiplayer is actually complete. We got a bunch of maps, even though we got the zombies, which is very, very solid and respected. Zombies seems to be the only thing that's actually getting praised at this point. Zombies is good. Zombies is a hit. Zombies is good. And then we have Warzone, which we've talked about before. It's an odd thing too, though, because the SPS discussion has been done to death. I'm so tired of talking about it. Like, is it good for player retention? Is it bad for player retention? And the weird thing is that we actually kind of have mixed results, it seems. On one hand, Activision is skill-based matchmaking and engagement optimized matchmaking, because for them, it does keep people playing for longer. It keeps casual players playing longer than, say, like a game that has no skill-based matchmaking. So we know for a fact that skill-based matchmaking does manage to retain players better than no skill-based matchmaking. At least at face value, when we're looking at the numbers themselves. I can name plenty of people that I know personally, that I've watched play how they play. I know what level they are. And the game is still, no matter how good or easy their lobbies are, they're still not just like staying and playing the game for a long period of time. Even if the game does make them feel good about their as well, eventually that will stop. Again, it seems that Activision is always completely data-driven, completely devoid of nuance and all that shit. So they will always do anything that makes that number stay as high as possible for an example of a no skill-based matchmaking system game like XDefiant. Now, with that said, XDefiant is shutting down soon. And a lot of people are dunking on the game, saying things like that no SPMM thing really worked out there, huh? All that's gonna be left are sweats, and all the new players are gonna get stomped out and quit because they run into a guy that's doing a sliding break dance reverse 720 quad D. I understand the point, and I do agree that the new players will quit more often. But again, I also have to say that I think that the culture of gaming has changed since the point of, like, where I grew up with it. Because before, this wasn't really this whole, like, system and engagement and all that other shit. Gaming wasn't like this. It just wasn't. The whole, like, culture of everything was way different. I don't want to sound like an old head, like, oh, man, everybody just wants to have things handed to them now and blah, blah, blah. It's just that more people are willing to just straight up not waste their time on something that they're not really, truly enjoying. And honestly, I think that's a pretty healthy thing for a player base to do. Straight up just, if you ain't feeling it, quit. Fuck it. They're absolutely right with the whole no skill-based matchmaking thing. Definitely drives new players away and does not hold them nearly as well as, you know, the more protected brackets with, you know, strict SBMM. And a lot of people wanted me to talk about the whole XDefiant shutdown thing. I had already talked about it before any of the announcement or anything was brought up before. I already talked about, you know, what would happen and why a game would die and blah, blah, blah. I mean, maybe SBMM itself isn't so bad, but maybe the engagement optimized matchmaking is having more of an effect on the whole thing. It's hard to say. It's hard to say how they would operate like without each other. We've only really seen them operate together as far as even if a group of like lower skilled players play the game more, naturally as human beings, as we play, we will get better. All repetitions, everything, naturally you will get better. Maybe you won't end up reaching some insane ceiling or some shit. You should absolutely be getting better at the game the more you play them. Just naturally you'll be more familiar with how everything works. Your gun will be easier to control. The players will be more predictable. All that shit. Naturally, you will just get better at the game. Maybe one player in your whole friend group, though, works a little bit faster than everybody else. Ends up getting better at the game more quickly than other people. They pick it up faster. If that one friend starts getting better than the rest of the group, you guys are going to gradually get in harder and harder games until eventually you're not really going to be able to play again. There's no way I would subject my friends or Alexis or anybody to playing in my lobbies. And my stats aren't even insane. It's just having like a higher score per minute rather than like a good KD or some shit like that. The game sees that I play fast. It finds players that play fast like me or players that are successful against players like me. It'll generally have, you know, similar score per minute. Got an 11 weapon again. I think a balance between SBMM and engagement optimized matchmaking and whether it's a casual game or not, or whether it's really supposed to be and viewed as like a casual game or a more competitive game, I think that there's a balance that needs to be struck that I really don't have an answer for. I don't know what the perfect balance is. I don't know what the answer is. Yeah, like I was saying, I also think that like the gaming culture in general has just kind of changed. But also speaking of culture, people are not going to waste their time nearly as much. I have noticed over the years that like we're more connected, but we're more like isolated. I know that sounds a little odd, but it's kind of true. Like we're more connected than we have ever been, but like we're not really. Like I mean, you guys see in every single one of my videos. I mean, people are still talking. People are saying it's not like it's a ghost. I will say absolutely. At one point, I think during when I was playing on PS4 for a couple of years. See, I mean, people are still in game chat, man. There are a lot of people that are saying like, oh man, I get chat banned for just saying absolutely nothing. All I did was say fuck you to a guy and I got chat banned. Dude, I've said that a million times and I haven't even gotten a single warning. Type shit in chat, say shit in chat. I think that you have to end up saying like certain words past certain thresholds in order to actually like get got by this. Now, absolutely, if the thing is like falsely banning people like widespread, it's absolutely an issue. Don't think that a bunch of false chat bans are happening at the same frequency as say shadow bans. Shadow bans are something that I know with 100% certainty is happening unjustly to actual legitimate players. Whereas with the chat ban stuff, I haven't seen any hard evidence like of somebody, hey, I ended up getting chat banned and here are my logs, this is all I said. I haven't seen like the same amount of evidence as I saw like with the shadow ban system, for example. People I know that are absolutely 100% legitimate and then they just end up getting spam reported by people and then they end up getting shadow banned. That is a legitimate issue with the system. And again, if the chat AI stuff is wrongfully banning people, it's an issue, it's absolutely wrong, it absolutely needs to be fixed. I think in general people are just sick of Activision. They have other games that they can just go and play. And again, I highly recommend people just go and play something else. Straight. The only reason I'm playing this right now is to just get my camo. And that's it. Arguably, that one thing, the whole camo grind in general, I feel like is like the only guaranteed thing that actually like bolsters the player base. I've noticed this year, more people have gone for the camo grind more than ever. With that said, there's also the sharpest decline after the fact. Now, correlation, causation, I understand. That doesn't mean that it's caused by the camo grind or anything, but I think that the camo grind is overall like a good thing in general. I'm happy that a ton of the players are actually going for it. The amount of people talking about trades and stuff over here in Plunder. I think the next time that we end up seeing like any kind of positive boost to this game at this point, Verdansk. Maybe they're just trying to go all in on Verdansk. I mean, what else can they do, right? I mean, that seems like the only play that they got. And once I'm done with this Abyss shit, I'm doing level 1000 and doing all that extra shit. I mean, it's gonna be nearly impossible for me to even feel okay about even attempting to do that with the common sentiment of everybody that watches it or doesn't even want to watch it, just bears shit for that. You know, I apologize to you guys. I really do. I have to do this for myself. I have to go and get this camo. Then after that, I'll figure out what I'm supposed to do because I have to finish my Elden Ring run. There are some games coming out next year in gaming. 125 seems like it's going to be stacked. I have like a whole list of things with a bunch of dates and other shit like that, so that'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Really, man, I am so afraid of going back to that Elden Ring run. It's not so much like I'm afraid of like not being able to beat the bosses. It's making it to the bosses that I need to do now. I think I only need like 2 or 3 more bosses. I need to kill Sidra and I need to kill Radahn. But the issue is the ways to get there are horrible. I have to go through the whole Hellhole First Forest thing. But before I even get there, I have to run my way through the, what is it, like Black Knife Catacombs or Black Flame Catacombs? Something like that it's called. I have to make it through that without basically getting hit at all. And then when I make it through there to even start going through the forest, which is going to be horrible in itself, I also need to fight like the summoner guy as soon as I get out of the catacomb. And that fight is not going to be fun at level 1. Getting to Sidra won't be so bad, you know, once I make it to the area itself. I know where to go, I know what to do, I know how to avoid the majority of stuff, I'll be fine. And then getting to Radahn isn't so simple either, because I have to run through the ridiculous gauntlet to get there past all of those tiger, lion, warrior guys, which, fine, okay, maybe I can just run past them. I got the bubble, I can take a hit and just, you know, run for my life. But then I have to go and fight the literal gank squad before I can get access to Radahn. So I have to go through these, like, mini bosses before the big bosses, and they're all scaring the fuck out of me. Like, I think the first day that I get back there, it's gonna be just a struggle to even get to the places I need to get to. So, I mean, how do you survive the whole, like, Call of Duty droughts and shit? Play some shit until they make a change that you like, and, come back. They're not gonna go anywhere. We've made sure to make them successful every single year, even though their worst years still pulling in shit tons of money. So, usually the best shit comes right after the worst shit. So, go and play some good games for yourself, man. Play some Witcher 3 or some shit to refresh yourself. I don't know if I've ever uploaded. I've played it a little bit, but I only remember I definitely never beat it. This is why I'm thankful for the people that watch my videos, because they're willing to watch other shit, and they actually understand and know new games. When I play Call of Duty for too long, a lot of the, like, brain-rotted, deep Call of Duty players come out and they just, they don't make any sense. They're overly emotional. They've taken countless amounts of trauma to the brain, slamming their heads into this game over and over and over again, year over year. They think that I have, like, some skin in the game of, like, I need Call of Duty to succeed or some shit. There have been plenty of years where Call of Duty has been down, and definitely not it. You can definitely go for support.
was dead on. We had them on their heels from the start.
Nice, you got a bolt. Okay. Oh yeah, my frames. You hate all of them? Whole game. Shit. Y'all gotta remember my name. Definitely gonna remember how you spell remember.
Go time, capture the objective. I've captured the hard point.
Are you? Spawning P2.
Hard point is secure. Lead dive.
Oh my god. Watching.
Hostiles have
Oh.
the hard point. Hard point identified. Hard
I
point
think what you
locked
call
down.
it double doors is what we call a connector.
Hard point active.
There is one on. He's in the back.
Hostiles have captured the
Oh,
hard point.
behind me, Palm. Fuck.
Hard point is secure.
There's one. Yes. Oh shit.
Hostiles have the hard point.
One on point, one in the back. Oh. One's watching back flank. Chameleon.
Hard point located. Hard point locked down.
Vault doors.
Hard point is active. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
He's back
Damn it,
connector.
we've lost the lead. Hard point is
Top
secure.
part dead.
Nice. We're pulling ahead. Hostiles have the hard point.
Yep, he's weak.
Hard point
Vault
locked
doors.
down. Hard point identified. Hard point active.
Fuck, I have some
Hard
bullets.
point is secure. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Yep, two in point. Too far. Up the first floor. Stunning nading point.
Hard point locked down.
Oh,
have the
I'm
hard
sorry.
point. Hard point located. Hard point is active. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Go ahead and still case door.
Hard point is secure.
One's going cat.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point locked down. Hostiles have
Yeah,
captured
cat.
the hard point.
Two drop down.
Hard point identified.
Or should might have just been one that dropped down. Works.
Hard point active.
Back. Bomb.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Two back. One on point.
Hard point is secure.
Weak.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point locked down.
Dead.
Hard point located.
Okay.
Hard point is active.
Two
Hostiles
still
have the
P2.
hard point.
Top right is one shot. Can I? Double doors is weak. Double doors dead.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active.
Top P4.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
White dumpster. He's pretty weak. He's behind the sandbag.
You've fallen behind.
Yeah. I think he's still there. Nah, teammate got him. One's still back. Dumpster. Headshot the hell. Still dead.
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
Dead. Hold on. Dead.
Hostiles have the
Got
hardpoint.
one.
Hardpoint is secure.
Done.
Hardpoint identified.
Yep, cap. There's one cap.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down.
Fuck. Got me.
Hostiles have
Cargo.
captured the hardpoint.
He pushed in. Got one. Other one's super weak.
Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint is active.
Good one.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
One's watching double doors. Shot up a little bit.
Hardpoint is secure.
Top art.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Try to get your top art. Top art dead.
Hardpoint locked down.
Vault weak. One right side.
Hardpoint identified.
One of my back got you.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Top art dead.
You gonna let a bunch of company
One's
assholes
bottom
beat
cat.
you?
He's
Fight
like right
back,
outside
damn
cat.
it!
One you. One top P4. He's just watching that back door. He's at the top of it, laying down. They have one.
Hard point is secure. Hostiles have the hard point.
Pushing. Ah, there's 3.
They're the CIA. You think they were just gonna let you walk all over them?